Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to a Darling Talk Show. I am your host, Alexa Darling, and today we have an amazing guest, y'all. Of course, all of my guests are amazing. We already know that. She is an educator, entrepreneur. She's the founder of Incasably Fashion. Please help me, sister, because I don't know if I'm saying it.
Incassable.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, so you learn how to speak French and stuff.
My parents do.
Okay, we're gonna get there. Okay. She's also the co-founder of Bar Haven Delights. Hey, Janora.
Hey,
Girl,
so-
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I've struggled saying a word as much, okay, in the past.
Yeah.
But I don't speak French, so.
I know, but yeah, you're rooted in Spanish, and that's okay. But like French is kind of like it was
Yeah.
because what the word meant in French. And honestly, I was trying to pick between French and Spanish, but it sounded better in French.
Okay, how you doing? Thank you for being
I'm
here.
good.
You doing
Blessing
good?
you.
Oh, likewise, sis. You doing
Okay.
great. we're gonna try to be
Yeah, I got
you know, we're gonna get it together today.
No, for real.
All right. So of course we want to tell the audience who you are. Tell us about your brand, and even like let us know what that word means, because we want to know.
Okay, so hi, my name is Janora Marie. It's also Janora Marie Haynes. Some people know me as Miss Haynes. So yeah, that's a whole different part of my life.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's like by day, I am an educator. I teach CTE, business entrepreneurship, which is my heart. Love my kids, love what I do. And then by the other half of my day, which is the evening, I am the founder and head designer of Incasab Fashion, and it means unbreakable in French because I feel like my spirit is my name is my spirit. So if I'm gonna have a brand, that's what it's gonna represent.
I love that. That
Thank
is so
you.
thoughtful and intentional.
I know, right?
The
Like,
name, yes, that's really
Thank
cute.
you. Appreciate you.
Okay, so we have you here because I think you have a very interesting love story, and as you all know, this show is about relationships, right? Really finding them and things like that. So you are in a lovely, beautiful, healthy relationship that you
yes.
found on Hinge.
Ooh, yes, Hinge.
And I've always said that dating apps suck. Like for me, they have always been terrible. And a lot of people have that same, like mindset, or it's like there's a negative connotation when people say dating apps.
And that's why I'm not so big on like just off the bat saying, "Oh yeah, we met on Hinge." That's why every time somebody says, "Hey, where'd y'all meet?" I'll be like, I'll be like,
I mean, but you can't hide your story, though. I think that if anything, you have to embrace it because that's part
I
of your
don't know
story.
if I would recommend that to somebody. I think
Gotcha.
genuinely, I wouldn't say, "Hey guys, go set up a dating app like this," because I didn't set up mine.
Yeah.
I didn't set up mine, so it's like,
Oh, okay. We're gonna get
Yeah,
there. So
I got
before
you.
we get there, though, it is wine o'clock, so we're going to toast. Okay, we're gonna be drinking this bottle here. It's called Viñas Chilenas. Oh wow, this is interesting. It has 13% of alcohol. Okay, it's a Cabernet Sauvignon. I don't know how to say that either, but we get in there. Okay, I'm working on my Italian. All right, and all the languages. This is the bottle right here, y'all. Okay. So before we toast, I want to ask you if there's anything that you would like to toast to right now.
honestly, healthy friendships. I do admire you and I do love you. So
Oh
that's
my
one.
God.
And two,
I love you
healthy
too.
relationships because it took me a long time to get to this point.
Yes.
So I'm very happy that I finally got here. So really, honestly, in totality, we could just toast a piece.
Yeah.
Because that's not something that comes often. And when you get it, you want to hold on to it.
Oh, yes. I love that. Salud. Cheers.
Salud.
Ooh.
Ooh, no. I like that.
This is
I
good.
like some lamb chops.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I don't do beef and pork, but I will do a little lamb.
Me too.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So you were just basically telling me that the whole Hinge story situation.
Yeah.
So who created your profile? Let's just start with that. Like, who created your profile, and what did it look like? Because I think some people need help with that too.
No, seriously, I would honestly advise you to have two trusted friends that you would trust because honestly, it was November 2023. It was the Saturday after Black Friday. Like I just went Black Friday shopping, and then after that, I went to go see my best friends that I haven't really seen. Shout out to Sakari and Janicia.
Yeah.
Without them, I would not be here.
Wow.
Like talking about this story, I will totally give them credit for that.
Yes.
So it been a minute since I've been on a date. So I was like, I was okay with being by myself. It was just that break I needed because it was just too much. Like at one point, it was just becoming too much. I felt like I was forcing it a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to do it no more.
Yeah,
So I just felt like at that point, God told me to be patient because my word for that year, because every January I pray for a new word, it was patience.
Oh, I love that.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put that in every aspect of my life. So hey, if you drop them right in front of my doorstep like you did Mary, here, do that for me.
Hello.
Like, okay. So that's how I was like, okay, I'm just gonna chill a little bit. So my friends, we were out at dinner and they were scared that I was gonna be that woman that lived with 9 cats at home. And I mean, they were that was fine by me if that's just what it took to get to the right person. But they're like, hey, if you're so busy working and you can't go out and experience, how about bringing those men to you?
Right.
What you mean bringing to me? I don't want them to know where I live. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them nowhere around me.
Right.
But they're like, no, Janora, like, make you the owner of the selection process. And I was like, I like that.
Okay.
Choices. So I said, well, what do y'all impose? And they said, okay, let's try Hinge and Facebook dating. I said, nope.
Wow.
Serial killers on there. Not doing it. Because
Not
I
the
always, look, I've been watching too much Lifetime. Because, you know, when people be doing dating apps, it was just
Yeah,
too
girl,
much.
it gets crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'm going to get kidnapped. No, I'm not doing that. So they're like, well, let us set it up for you and then give it a week. And if you don't like it, then get off. Deal.
Wow, a week?
Cool. A week.
So that's all it took for you to find your man, a week?
It was.
Girl,
was
what?
No, I'm so serious. So I created that profile on Saturday, right? So I let them pick up my pictures. I let them do my little bio. I let them do the whole little thing, like, right? My sweet song that's, like, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, all that.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to give it 24 hours. I don't know, because remember, we left dinner like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I don't know, people just up, just matching.
They do, girl. They be up.
No, for real. I'm up getting ready for church the next day. Literally on Hinge, I had 275 requests, and then on Facebook dating it was like 176.
God,
I said, so y'all just up, just liking, just clicking. I was like,
or you're just beautiful and gorgeous.
I mean, thank you. I appreciate that, but like, I'm not that bored to be just.
Right.
You know, so that was a red flag for me. Then I was like, because I'm not going through this many people.
Right.
I went through that many people because I just wanted to see what the option
I'm
was.
crying. So did you have to pay for the app or did you just do the free version?
I did the free version.
Okay.
See, I didn't even get to even find out what the bonus pieces were.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to go that deep into it.
Okay.
I didn't even know there was extra features I could pay for. I didn't get to go that far.
That's crazy.
So I went through all of them. I went through all of them at the church because I wasn't doing all that beforehand. And after church, I went home. I was like, let me go through it. Out of all those people on both platforms, I did not match with anybody from Facebook dating because when you put, for some reason, that you are a teacher, you think I want all your kids too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Maybe like people 5, 8 kids. Yes. No.
That's insane.
No. Like,
But do guys even be honest about that on the apps?
they
about
do.
Their kids?
Like some of them had in their bio, a king, 7 queens, 1 king. Like
No.
they had them all in there. I was like, I love that for you.
Okay, wow, okay.
However, I would not like a classroom when I go home too.
Yes.
I would like to just leave the 30 kids at them.
Oh my God.
So it was just a lot. So I was like, okay, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have mind dating with somebody kids because I have done it before.
Yes.
But it's just not something I wanted to do moving forward.
Okay.
Like it just didn't work out for where it just lined up for me. So at that point I was like, okay, well moving forward, let me see if I can try without.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. So I went through and there's only 2 people I matched with and they were both on the Hinge platform.
Okay.
One is the person that we're gonna be talking about today.
Okay.
And then the other person was outside of like my actual type, I guess you could say. So I was just trying to.
You was like, let me try something new because my type ain't working for me.
Right. So I was like, let me try something new. And so at that point I was like, okay, so my love inboxed me and he said, hello, beautiful, how are you?
Oh, wow.
So I inboxed him back and then the other person I kind of shot.
What did you say back? Hello, handsome, how you doing?
I said, hello, I'm having a great day. How are you?
Okay.
Yes, I didn't want to just go straight to physical attraction because I feel like that puts out like the wrong like.
Y'all listening? All right. Okay. Go ahead.
You funny. No, but I feel like that gives the wrong idea sometimes. So I'll be like, well, hello, how are you? I'm having a great day. So that conversation's moving. And over here, I'm like, well, he matched with me, so let me shoot my shot. So I said, hello, how are you to him? Literally like 48 hours or maybe like 3 days went past.
Respond.
I'm still, texting like my love now, like just going back and forth. But he responded 3 days talking about I was in the gym pumping iron day and night.
You're not ready for no relationship.
You was in the gym for 3 days pumping iron day and night.
Right, no.
So off rip, we already lying. Great, let's go ahead and swipe left, unmatched. Look, I was just that quick. You wasn't.
That's good though.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you gonna play in my face? All right, swipe unleft. So then I literally was texting my love. I really didn't pay no other attention to who I matched with at that point. And I literally was just talking to him. Like everybody else was just matching. I didn't even pay no attention to it because I want to see where this.
That's interesting though. So basically you kind of like just put your focus on him and that having conversation with him.
Yeah.
Now tell us how long you guys talked before you guys went on the first date.
I say on the app.
Yes.
I text them because remember I be thinking people on there be like plotting like serial killers. So I was like, let me give this 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then finally I gave him my number. Then we texted another like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and then he set up the first day. So it was like a good little 3 weeks to a month before we even really got our first date in. So
did you feel like so did you feel like he was taking too long for the first date, or you were like, oh, let me just
I think he was gauging me. Like he was like, oh, she wasn't pressed for a first date yet, but let me see if like I can like see where this goes. So I was like, okay, if he don't let me take the little steering wheel, let me drive.
Ooh, okay.
You know?
Oh, wow. Okay, this is very interesting because, you know, I've been on dating apps before, and child, please, I am scared. I don't think I ever do it again.
No, for real. See, you get my like.
But I think the things that you're saying too, though, it makes sense because even like taking 2 weeks to actually just converse and see how the conversation, you know, because even that shows type of, you know, consistency on his end. Like even if he's interested enough to talk to you for that long on the app, right? So okay, boom. So then y'all exchanged numbers. I went on the first date. I want to know, what was your first impression of him when you saw him in person?
I got there early. I got there super early. First of all, one thing about me is I'm not nowhere 30 minutes early, ever. Like, I'm working on it. But
you were late today. I'm just playing.
Look, I'm trying.
I'm just playing.
Look, my word for next year's time management.
Hey,
okay, give me time to grow. Okay, so literally, I was there 30 minutes early. Like, I'm talking about in my head, I was moving. He wasn't there yet, so I just wanted to scope out the place, see where it was. And then, like, my guy best friend, Steven, he picked out my whole outfit. And he told me how to style my hair. Because remember, I hadn't been on a date at that point at, like, a while. It was a while. It was a couple months. Like, it was a good chunk of time. I don't want to misspeak, but, like, it was a really good chunk of time that went past. So I was just like, I don't know what to wear. I didn't even know how to converse anymore. I'm like, hey, I'm so out of it. I don't even know how to get back into it.
Yes.
So at that point, he was like, you look great. I'm in the bathroom calling my sister, Janelle, like, how do I look? Oh, my God. She was like, girl, just don't ask him. Nothing serious.
Yeah.
Because,
okay, that's good.
Yeah, like, because you don't want to scare him away.
You want to just
keep it light. And I'm like, but I just want to know where his head is at. Like, I want to know if he got a plan for himself because I feel like that's important.
Yes.
You know? So she was like, no, Janora, just let it go. Just, like, be relaxed. I'm texting a group chat. Okay, girl, look, I got you.
Y'all are funny.
You know, really, I'm in there lighting him up. Like, yeah, I'm here. I'm on time. Look at me in the picture.
Right.
I still have a picture of myself from the first night. Like, I went on a date with him. So he calls me. He goes, where are you? I said, oh, I'm just washing my hands. Washing my hands in the bathroom. And he was like, okay, well, you know, I'm here. Okay, I got you. I'm talking about not even like 3 minutes went past. And honestly, at that point, I was washing my hands.
Yes.
And I don't like leaving water on the sink, so I just wiped that up in one day. He calls me again. Hey, so like,
you taking so long, man.
And I said, yeah, I'm here. I'm coming out. He was like, okay, I want to see, you know, how beautiful you look.
Oh, wow.
Like, I'm coming out right now. Look.
He got game.
No, smooth talker.
He's smooth,
for real.
For sure.
Smooth.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to curse sometimes.
You look.
I just be like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So I come out, and then like I've never, you know those like animated characters that like drop their mouth when they see something beautiful? He literally did that. I really thought he was the funniest person. I was like, for real?
Y'all cute.
Off rip, he was like, I'm sorry, just a lot of females don't look like they pictures.
So there was a immediate like attraction on both of you guys.
And I always wear heels on my first dates because I want to know, hey, look, how we size it. I'm tall, so I want to make sure that you're taller than me.
Right.
And I can wear whatever heels I want to. So immediately he was sitting down and I came out because he already got like a table at that point. And I can see what table he was at. So I'm walking towards him.
Yeah.
And he hurry up and takes the napkin off, puts it down. Now remind you, he picked out the spot. My favorite food is seafood. His is seafood. Okay. First of all, seafood is not a cute date where you can literally just do cute. Girl, I'm talking on the first date, I'm in there cracking crab legs. Like, you can't. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sit here and be something I'm not.
Right.
Like, give me something that got like a little salad or something. Something I can cut cute. Like, I'm in there really tearing it up.
So basically, first day went pretty well.
Excellent. It was perfect.
Y'all had a good time.
Very good time.
Did you ask him any serious questions on the first date?
He asked me.
Oh.
He did off rip. So what you see yourself doing in the next 5 years?
Oh, Oh, so he was okay. So he was asking the question.
I got me and me. I got me and me.
Okay.
So I'm right. I'll rip. What you doing next week? First of all, I got the plan. You got the plan. Like, don't
That's
come at
so
me
good.
like I'm the one that don't have it together.
Okay, so I like that though, because see how your sister said, don't even ask. Because imagine if you would have been the one asking him questions, maybe it would have been a little like, all right, you coming off so strong.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think that's a great sign of allowing a man to lead, right? Even from the first date. So, how long y'all been together now since this happened?
Okay, so I love the fact that he gauged a lot off of how I felt, and I gauged a lot about when he was ready. Like, I wasn't forcing a relationship. He wasn't forcing a relationship. I said, when you're ready, you want to make that commitment, but understand something. I'm not the person that's like, we were going to be talking or dating without being exclusive to a certain point. And he said, I understand that. Like, I'm not forcing anything either. I was like, well, let's just see how we drive. Like, let's just see how we go. And so at that point, we dated a whole, like that November, he asked me that next October 1st to be his girlfriend.
Okay. And he intentionally asked you to be his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Because I need to hear the verb, like the words, will you be my, it's not no misunderstanding.
She said, I want to hear the.
No, I'm so serious. Like, you know how back in the day when we were kids, will you be my girlfriend? Check yes or no? Yeah, I want it like that.
Right.
Don't, hey, are we together? Like,
you want it to be clear. You want it to be clear. That's
clear as
good.
day.
Yeah.
So at that point, when he asked me, like, actually that August prior, he was already like talking about being exclusive. And I said, okay, we're talking about being exclusive because my birthday was later that, like, he talked about the first week of August. Okay. And then August 22nd is my birthday. So he was like, okay, we're going to be exclusive. Okay. Exclusive meaning like girlfriend, boyfriend.
Right.
But like, I just want to wait on a moment. Moment went by August.
But maybe he was just, also... Maybe he had other potential girls that he was also dating. Maybe, I don't know.
He did. He was honest about that.
That's
and
good.
He said I had to cut off some strings first.
Oh,
so he had to maneuver.
I know that's right. Okay, this is
he
not
said
bad.
The way that he did it, he didn't want to do it like abruptly to where there was some backlash, like the girl angry, mad, or something. And I respected that. I wasn't upset at that. And then honestly, he was also planning on how he was going to ask me to be his girlfriend.
Okay, that's so good. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, girl.
You're like happy and glowing and all the things.
Girl.
Oh my God.
That's what I was telling you. I was like, you really want me on this show?
I mean, of course. I think this is really good to talk about because again, like it just shows again that these things do work. It doesn't work for maybe everybody, right? But it is. I think it was just meant to be for you. It ain't gonna meant for me, child. But I think like even the fact that you were open and that he was open to, because even the way everything just worked out, it just sounds like okay. It was supposed to happen that way. Yeah. Now, before let's just before you got into this relationship, right? I want to know like how many dates, or I would say disasters, did you go on before finding your man?
Well, I will say this: I wouldn't necessarily call them disasters. They're definitely lessons. And it wasn't just lessons for them.
I
it was
like
lessons
that.
For me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, because it wasn't like they were always wrong. There were times where I was wrong too.
That's good.
More so not in like my character, but my like mindset sometimes. How I was delivering and communicating wasn't always the best, and it wasn't the most mature way. So I will take ownership over that.
That's good.
I did try to quote unquote match energy a lot, and that always falls in that tunnel of deterioration rather than building. Yes. And like at that point, that's when you hear that wisdom of, hey, it's not always fighting every single battle because at the end of the day, you got to win a war. So it's like, okay, what do we do at that point? So for me, it's nope, every battle matters. Yeah. But when you get older, you see that it doesn't. It's picking and choosing which one's worth like actually fighting for.
That's so good because honestly, too, we have to look at ourselves, right? I think my pastor was talking. Did you go to Blueprint? Did you go to church today?
Girl, that's right.
Did you hear what he was saying?
First of all, let me tell you something about Pastor Matt. I always feel like he is talking to me. Look, I'm looking like...
every Sunday.
No. And don't let it be right after me and him have a disagreement and it falls on me. This is him.
Yeah. Yeah.
When is it going to be where I could him?
Yeah.
Okay? Look.
Never. But he is so like... So I think what you're speaking about today, right? I think a lot of times we do have to look at ourselves, be accountable, and be like, okay, this is where I went wrong, right? And let's see how we can move forward, right? But oh my God, this is so good. Like
it is, and I mean, I did go to therapy. Like my last relationship, actual relationship was, the one I'm actually going to speak on. He was, we dated for 4 years, and it was like kind of my end of my college years going into my like grad school era. Like that one, I feel like it could have been better. But also, like I said, there was a lot of things I did wrong to match energy or just to show that I was right about something. And I feel like that carried a lot of like negativity in our relationship.
Yeah,
there were things he was wrong on as well, but I feel like coming to the bottom of it, like it wasn't obviously like anything morally like cheating or anything, but to the bottom of it, it was just communication. And I told myself like this next relationship that I take on, like a very serious one, not one that was 6 months, because it was a little 6 months of fun in between. I don't know what that was, but
Lord,
yes, but moving on from that relationship to what I have now, it was just like the next relationship that I get into that I'm actually committed to and being serious with. I'm going to make sure that I take ownership over how I communicate with something. Because not everything is worth responding to, and not everything is worth digging at.
Absolutely.
Like, my therapist was really big on something, and we're also in couples therapy. Shout out to him for that. He came to me with that.
That's good.
Now, remind you, that 4-year relationship that I just had was, we went to couples therapy, but it wasn't always a positive thing. And then the couple therapist that I'm with now was the same one that I saw with him, but he was willing to come with me. He said it's not always necessarily a bad thing. It's like a check-in thing. Like, hey, is there anything you want to talk about? Anything I want to talk about? Just so if we're not seeing eye to eye, how do we level up? Because the first thing he said, couples therapy, I said, no, we don't have to. You're not happy? Like, you know what I mean?
It's not always a bad. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could literally be that. And
at that point, when I went with the last person, it was like we were at the end of the line. Like it just, we needed somebody. And my therapist knew at that jump that we weren't gonna work out. Like she knew the first session that we weren't, and she was just waiting for me to realize it. And the next time I saw her, it was just by myself. And it took like those years, I'll say about 3 years of therapy. I'm talking about once every other week, twice. You know, every Saturday.
To make sure that keeping you grounded. Okay, so we're gonna shift this up a little bit, right? We're gonna play a little game.
Why you shifting me?
No, I'm just gonna play a little game. You wanna play a game with me?
Girl, our games are always.
This is gonna be so good. Like I think this is gonna be really, really good.
Okay.
So the name of the game is called Petty or Protective.
Give me that game.
So everybody plays the same game, general.
Oh, they do? Oh, okay.
Yes. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
And you just have to tell me whether it's petty or protective. Okay. I just wanna see your perspective on this. Okay. All right. So you both agreed to take a break. You go on a date during the break and post the appetizer. Is that petty or protective?
How is that protective?
Is it petty or protective?
Because you're posting the appetizer from the date?
Yeah.
But I take pictures of my food. So I don't necessarily always think that that's like crappie. I love a good pic, and especially presentation. You know, like I do that genuinely.
No, but it's a game, baby. It's not personal. So
no, that's what I'm trying to think.
Is it petty or protective?
It depends on your intent. I'm sorry, it really does. Because some girls will take it to let them know that you out, and some of them will do that just because, like me, I take food pictures. But I feel like if your intent is negative, it's definitely petty.
There we go. Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Okay. The second one is they went out and didn't tell you, so you go out and don't answer their phone the rest of the day.
That's so petty.
Yeah, it is.
Come on now.
It really is.
Like, grow up a little bit.
Whew, okay.
You can't just walk in and be like, hey, you know, after you debrief from going out from your activities for today.
That's why that's why people gotta go to therapy.
Nah, for real. Because like if you come in like as soon as you walk through the threshold, first of all, what I didn't like is yada yada yada, and you just start hitting him all these questions. He gonna be like, first of all, pipe down.
Yeah. You purposely take longer to text back once they start slacking. Is that petty or protective?
Petty.
Okay.
Because if that wasn't your normal behavior before, why are you switching up now?
Okay.
Yeah.
They never text good morning, so you ghost until lunch.
They never text good morning?
Yeah.
So you leaving them on red?
But you texting them like until it's lunchtime.
I only would think that was petty if you didn't already communicate before that I love a good morning text. Like, I'd rather you address that it's the next morning. And, like, if you're one of those people, me personally, I don't always need it, but it's beautiful when I have it because I know you think of me when we first wake up.
Right.
But if you didn't address that prior to and communicate, like, I'm a good morning person, I would think it's petty.
Okay, so, but if it wasn't, you would think it's protective? Yeah. Like, let's say you already mentioned it to that person. Okay. Okay. You know, I'm just picking your brain a little bit. That's all. Okay, let me stop.
I was like,
All
we
right.
always speak each other's brain.
So let's continue the conversation. I want to know, how did you stay hopeful when dating felt discouraging? Because I know that dating, and when you constantly going through, like, you know, you date somebody for 3 months, 6 months, and then it just constantly it does not work, and you constantly keep going to this experience and these cycles, it can be discouraging, right? So how did you stay hopeful in that process?
I feel like I said, after my 4-year relationship, I did get in one. Like one thing about me is I try to take that year break in between, self-reflect, see what I could do differently to apply it to the next situation. There was a 6-month relationship in there. However, that one was more interesting to me because it was just like, to him, I guess it was like more of like a fun thing. To me, it was serious. Also because that's when kids were involved.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had kids. He had 2. And I took it more serious, but I guess it was like, that's what I said, I guess it was 6 months of fun or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But for me, it was more serious because I'm like, I don't play when somebody else has kids involved. Especially me being a teacher, you know, I'm automatically, I hear how they talk about the stepdad or the stepmom, so I try to come in with a different perspective. But that right there, ending, I was like, okay, I'm done. That was a situation that made me, I'm done. And I'm like, when God comes and brings them, then I'll be ready. Being hopeful, of course, going to church, you know, you just try to stay spiritually grounded.
Yeah.
And also understanding that sometimes you were the problem and sometimes you weren't.
Yeah.
Like, and that, I say you go to therapy. And I know, like, that doesn't always resonate with everybody. Some people don't take that as serious.
Right.
But self-reflection is really important.
Very.
It's okay for somebody non-biased to call you out. And, oh, yeah, shout out to Tiffany. She love to call me out when I'm wrong. I be sitting up there just crying by the time I leave. But she's so quick to hold me accountable. Like, hey, Janora, you could have done better. Or, Janora, you know, I feel like you held that perfectly fine. So being hopeful, you kind of have those also friends around you who are being supportive. Like, hey, Janora, you took your time. It's okay to try to get out there a little bit more.
Yeah.
So between having that spiritual groundness and that self-reflection piece with therapy and then that supportive family and friends, and especially because, like, out of all my siblings, I'm the last one to get married.
Wow.
So now you see every single Thanksgiving and Christmas, everybody got their,
Girl,
you know.
tell me about it.
You know what I'm saying?
You're the only one, like, that's missing.
Like, and then it's like they do, like, we always do Christmas games. Everybody couples up with somebody. Now I got a couple up, no offense, love you, grandma, but, like, I'm with grandma. You know what I'm saying?
No, I felt that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love my grandma. I'm named after her. So, you know, that's my girl. But it's like, I want a couple of my men. Like, you know, but you don't just also want to bring anybody home.
Absolutely.
Just to flex. So, hey, when I come home, know it's somebody that is going to be here for the rest of my life.
I think it's definitely about being patient, right?
Yeah.
And just, you know, letting God do his thing. Because when you do act out of, you know, desperation, it can lead to something even worse. So
No, exactly.
that's why I asked you that question, because I know that a lot of women go through this where they feel like hopeful, discouraged, and things like that. But like, okay, what can I do while I'm feeling like this to remain, you know?
I feel like
because I've heard women say things like, "Oh my God, I'll never date again.
Yeah.
After this, I ain't never going. You know, I don't believe in love no more." And it's like, girl, that just didn't work out. Like, don't close yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's also not healthy, right? Like, you want to stay open, but. Okay,
Can I add in one more piece though, real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I also feel like that's your time to work on yourself, not just like mentally with therapy. Go get in the gym.
Come on.
You know
I'm
what I'm
trying,
saying? Like,
sis.
look, no, for real. It's summer break, but you know, I gotta like ease into it. But go in the gym, get snatched, get your hair done, get your nails done, like go back into that self-care, because when you look good, you feel good.
Yes.
And you know, and then when you look good, you know, when you walk past the mirror, staring at your own posterior,
yes,
you really feel like that girl.
Absolutely.
So it's just like, now, okay, I physically look good, I mentally look good. Stack some money up, get your financial,
get your life right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when that next guy that comes in, you feeling top tier on every basis.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that is so good. Okay. So we have a new segment on the show. It is called Darling Be Honest. So the audience, they send in, you know, stories, things that they're struggling with, and you're going to give them advice.
Ooh.
Okay. So how you feel about that?
Well, you know, I'm not the wisest, pumpkin in the patch, because I'm still growing and evolving
It's
myself.
okay.
But I can only speak off my own experience.
And that's all we need.
Okay.
You know, it's all we need. So we have someone here. She needs help in the family. You know, she's some family issues going on, right? So this is her story. It says, I am the oldest daughter of 3, also the black sheep of the family. My mom abused me, but did not really abuse the other 2 in all categories. physically, mentally, emotionally, etc. I wouldn't talk to her if I didn't have my son. I believe it's healthier for me not to. There's a mix of feelings. God commands us to forgive, but did he call us to commune? That's her question. What do you think about, like, what advice would you give this person?
2 points. One, people love to say honor thy mother and thy father when it's convenient for them.
Ooh.
But it also says do not provoke your child. So it's like, if you want that respect, I suggest you give that respect. If your child's saying, and I'm saying this from a teacher standpoint, because I've seen, remember, I teach economically disadvantaged kids, meaning I have the inner city, the ones with the home issues, environmental issues, is everything. So when I see that, sometimes that comes into school, sometimes I got to play a mom role that I'm not really prepared for, because I am not a mother, but I know that if this was my child, this is how I would handle it. So I always give that 120% care. I will say that when I hear that question, even coming from it, I hear like a hurt little girl inside of that. And that's respectfully so, because the one person you think is supposed to protect you, that gave you life, is your mother. So by all means, she is entitled to feel how she felt, but I'm proud of her for still letting her son get to know his grandmother. Because that's growth in itself, and a step in the right direction to forgiveness. However, I would say that take it day by day. I wouldn't say don't think that this is how the mother relationship is supposed to go, because you could compare it to other people's situations subconsciously. And I understand that it may seem overwhelming, or it may have like those little moments of PTSD where you see, she did this before. And sometimes try not to overthink the situations. Maybe it's just her trying to go in a different direction. But I feel like there's a lot of patience and understanding that's going to have to come from her, just to see like where her mother is now and where she is going and where she was before. Now, if you're seeing progress, then there's going to have to be a little bit more patience. And people are bound to have like little hiccups here and there.
Absolutely.
But if you see that it's not going the right directions, by all remains, take you and your child and create that distance. Because at the end of the day, I would rather have my child know his grandmother to who I wish I would have wanted my mother to be. Because sometimes the grandparent will be there for the grandkid. They just weren't able to be there for you. But if she's not able to give that attention to my child and still work on that relationship with me, but also I think a giant form of accountability, even though that wasn't your intent to hurt her, or that wasn't like what you planned to do and it came out of emotions, or because you just weren't right yourself, you hurt that child. So you have to, no matter if that was your intention or not, you have to understand you hurt them. So that accountability piece for sure.
That was so good. Okay. So if you looking at, watching, listening right now, I think that was really, really good advice. You talking about, you don't know, I'm still growing. Girl, you...
Look, because I'm not the person that acts like they know it all, though. I'll be crazy to say, the first person to say, like, I'm still growing and figuring out myself. But this is just being a teacher and just like, my grandma 80, all we do is talk all day long. So that's where I get mine.
So you got some wisdom in you. Hey.
And my mom, she's 60. You got to sprinkle in
Okay. This is so good, boo. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
Thank you for your time.
Anytime.
Thank you for blessing us and telling us your story. I cannot wait for the wedding. I cannot wait for the proposal.
Oh, goodness.
I said it backwards, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Proposal comes first. But really happy for you. Really happy that you found love. And
thank you.
This is why I do this, because I want more people to stay encouraged and not feel, and not even only when it comes to just romantic relationships, but even just in platonic relationships and other things. All right, y'all. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please tell the audience where they can connect with you before I close.
Yes. Okay. So you can connect with me, Janore Marie, on Instagram, and then Facebook, and what's the other one? Instagram.
Your
Facebook,
business?
TikTok. Yeah, my business is on there too. It's right in my bio.
Perfect. Yes. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, do not forget to subscribe, like, share, all of those things. And do not forget to also submit your stories so that we can have our amazing guests give you some advice. As always, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Yeah. I love the smile in your